Hey, everybody, what's going on? Serial of a Jive here, and today I'm going to be playing Entropia Universe, and we're going to be doing an Arkadia mining run. We're going to be doing 100 PEDs of probes dropped down to Arkadia, and I'm going to be buying an amp, so this is going to get good. Let me check my Twitch stats right now because I'm streaming again on Twitch, so it looks like we're good. I can hear my voice coming over the Twitch stream, so let's get into this run, guys. Because as you know, this is going to be on YouTube too, so even though no one's watching yet, we're going to still talk like people are. So what we're going to be doing today is basically I'm going to buy 100 probes, 100 PEDs of probes. If I bought 100 probes, that would be a pretty weak run. So we're going to get 100 PEDs of probes, and then we're also going to grab an amp. So this could be a big run for me because when you amp up, a lot of cool stuff can happen. This also means I'm going to be spending like 200 PEDs today doing this. So this is going to be a big one. This is going to be a pretty big one. Yeah, there we go. Tools, mining, amplifiers, and well, let's just see what has the lowest markup. I always like to go with low markup amplifiers. So maybe let's do a level 3. That seems pretty reasonable. I could do level 5, but I think level 1. Should I just do level 5, folks? What do you think? Is there anyone in the stream right now? Whoever's in the stream right now, you've got like 10 seconds to tell me level 3 or level 5. Let me know. I'll go with either. All right, time is up. We're gonna just go with the level 3 because I really don't want to be spending more than like 200 PEDs today. So this is gonna be a 220 PED mining run, which I'm okay spending that much. So we're gonna make this happen. Let's get everything set up and start going here. I'm just gonna leave my Twitch name the same as just exploring Arkadia, and let's get going. So this is the 6th, I believe, day that I've been streaming on Twitch, which means one more and I get that nice little affiliate bonus thing. So that's cool. That's something. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but that is something. So let's do this. Let's hit that operate. I'm gonna try that area I was given yesterday. So there's an area between Hawk and the Falcon dig site that I was told is pretty good to mine. So I'm gonna give that a shot. See if we can mine it. See if we can get some cool stuff. And we'll see what happens. And let's see. I think I'm not seeing anybody in chat. Am I doing this wrong? No, I don't think so. I don't see any comments in chat. So if someone did say something and I missed it, sorry about that, but I haven't seen anything yet. All right, so we've got our mining amp out. We're not going to be looking for treasure because my treasure skills are not good. For those of you wondering, there's an additional option on Arkadia where you can activate this and mine for treasure. It costs 1.5 PEDs a drop, but again, I don't have the skills to even use the finder that I'm using with it, so I just sort of ignore treasure. But, you know, to each their own. There's some valid reasons to use it too. So let's start dropping and see what happens here, folks. Let's not do that, though. I don't want it to just drop unlimited. All right, so first drop, first hit. We got a small right here. That's not too bad. How much are we spending per drop? That's one thing that's very important to know, right? So we've got that was not what I wanted to do. Let's go to item info right here. Check that out. All right, so we're spending about 2 PEDs, so each drop is worth roughly 3.5 PEDs, and I just realized, did I make a big mistake here? Oh, yes, I did. I was gonna throw the run, guys. I was about to throw that run. I was about to just include all my mining loot, and then I could be like, hey, guess what? I made like 2 million PEDs, and I'm awesome. No, that's not how it works, though. And I don't actually have 2 million PEDs of loot, so yeah, there's that. But let's drop this off with the friendly little storage unit here, and we'll get right back into the game. So you can see my nice little supply over here is getting bigger and bigger, which is always good. And this we're just going to drop over here, and I'll sort through that later. And we're all good to go. So yeah, for those of you guys who are wondering, there was a previous mining run that I did. It's not out on YouTube yet. I'm going to be uploading that though, so don't worry. You guys are going to get to see that mining run, but that was just the loot from it. That was like a mining and a hunting run. I did the whole 100 PED thing. I went through most of my probes and ammo, so that was a legit like 200 PEDs spent. I've been going big recently. I've been going a bit big, which means my deep money might not be able to support me for too long. So we might be switching off to doing a few different types of videos so I can actually, not spend all my money. Because, there's something to be said for not spending all your money. It's definitely very fiscally responsible, so I'd recommend doing it if you guys are wondering. Yeah, so let's keep going. And if you guys are in the Twitch chat, feel free to ask me questions, anything like that, because that just keeps the flow going and it really helps me come up with stuff to talk about for all of you. Also, let me know how it sounds. I've got a little bit of background noise going on, but I don't think it's going to be picked up. And also, my windows are closed today. It's a little cold here, so that means, ooh, we got a nice one. Another hit. 2 in a row. That's not too bad. I'll take it. Let's pull this up. This could be a pretty good run. Like, we're spending 219 PEDs, so even if we come close to like doubling that, we're talking about a pretty decent chunk of change, especially for Entropia Universe. But also, if we lose those PEDs, that's going to be a pretty decent loss too. So that's the thing with amps. Like, if you find a good area, and there's some people recommending this area, so I'm like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to amp up and we're going to go big and put some faith in the fans. And I think you guys aren't going to lead me wrong. So that's a good thing to think. I said 2 runs ago, I did get a global. It was while I was mining, I got zinc. So let's see if we can get that again. We keep getting smalls. I probably should have actually gone with that L5. Because if I'd used an L5, I'd be getting these same claims. They'd just be bigger, which would be pretty good. Oopsies. That was not what I wanted to do. There we go. Looks like we've got 3 people right now watching on Twitch, which is good. That's sort of like the minimum that I need for this whole thing that I'm going for. So those of you who are out there early and watching the video, you guys are real troopers. Thanks for helping me out. Also, for those of you guys who are wondering, I am going to be doing a cool little thing coming up here. It's going to be like in one of my shorter videos, not one of these long ones. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. It's going to be a real life item though. I've got a sponsor. Well, not a sponsor, but like I've got someone who's actually interested in joining. Whoa, look at this. Someone just dotted this place with claims. That's crazy. What do you think? Let's see if we can take some too. I mean, he had some luck, so maybe we'll have some luck too. That's a strategy some miners use. They actually just run while they're dropping, and then they'll come back later and pick up all their claims. The big problem there is a lot of the time you're just going to like forget about it, or they're going to expire before you can get them all. And it's just like, I don't like that strategy. I would not follow that strategy if I were you. I'd drop the probe, pick up whatever you got, and then keep running. But hey, that's me. And if this works for you, it works for you. But yeah, you can see that whoever this was, they just dropped claims all over the place and kept going. Wow, they really found a lot of claims out here. What do you guys think about my new outfit? Cool? Not cool? Oh, so we're not going to run long here. This guy might have gotten all the good claims. Let's which way do we want to head? He's doing the same thing I'm doing. He's running. Yeah, he's running the same way I'm running. It's crazy. Maybe he logged off. I'm going to keep going a little bit further. If he's got some more claims up here, I'm going to move over to the side, like south or north a bit, so I don't run right over the same ground as him, because I'm one of those firm believers that an area has so many claims, and once you've mined them all, you've mined them all. But that guy's obviously mined a good deal of claims out there, so I don't want to be in that area. But I'll drop again just to see, because his claims ended here, so I'm thinking maybe I can keep going. Pick up that vein or whatever it is. Oh, look at that, folks. 97 PEDs of zinc. There we go. Perfect. Perfect shot right there. And we got a double, so we're going to be dropping again. Oh, that was good. That was right off the bat. I love when that happens. And we got another one. Let's just keep dropping. When you get a big claim like that, you just got to keep doubling down. And this is cool because this was like right in the beginning of the video. So people are going to like start watching and they're going to see a nice little hit. All right. So yeah, all right. For those of you guys who are wondering, so there's someone hit me up on Twitter. It's what is it? I'll look up the name in a sec. I'll look it up right now. So someone hit me up on Twitter. They really like some of my Entropia Universe videos, and what they've been doing is they've been just learning Entropia through me. But they also run like a little bit of a t-shirt business or something like that. They sell t-shirts on Amazon basically, and they offered me one of the t-shirts. Okay. You guys know I'm not huge on giving out my actual address, and I'm in the middle of some stuff, so like I don't need the t-shirts, but I thought maybe you guys would like it. So what we're going to be doing is in one of my shorter videos, we're going to be giving away a t-shirt courtesy of Raccoon brand. So feel free to check them out on Twitter. You can see the designs that this guy or girl's made, and there's some really cool designs. I personally like the one with the raccoons eating pizza. Um, but yeah, we're gonna do a little giveaway here, and whoever guesses is gonna get a nice new T-shirt. Also, for those of you guys wondering, the name would be Raccoon Brand, RACCOONBRAND. And you can do the same thing, RACCOONBRAND.com, to see everything that they're selling and all that. This is going to be specifically just for a T-shirt, but I thought it was pretty cool, right? They just offered it for free, and I said like, hey, I'm not that into. I'm busy, like not busy, but you guys know what I mean. Like I just don't have the room for it. Okay, but I figured, hey, maybe we can team up, and I can give it to you guys, and they'll get some free press, and everybody will be happy. And it seems like that's what we're gonna do. The T-shirts seem to be selling for like $20 on Amazon, which isn't too much, and they're probably good quality. I don't know, but yeah, I figured it's free. Like I'll do the giveaway, and you guys can we can go from there. Also, like if for some reason this whole thing like falls through and they can't pay for it or whatever, I'll give you guys like 200 PEDs instead. You don't have the option of taking either or, but if something goes wrong, I'll get you covered. So you'll get the value for the shirt, and then it's up to you if you want to go buy it or not. But for now, it's just gonna be a competition to win one of these shirts, which I think they're pretty cool shirts. So hopefully you guys are gonna like it. Hopefully you guys are gonna like it. And I'm back on Twitch now, so if you did say something like right in between, I probably didn't see it because I was off looking up the name of this guy or girl. I keep saying guy, like I hate to say it, but I use guy sort of like, I don't know. I just say guy for anyone, like even if I'm talking to like a girl, like right to her face, I'll be like, oh yeah, you guys interested in this? If it's multiple girls, I'll still say guys. Like it's just a slang thing. But yeah, that guy or girl, like you can check out their stuff, and hey, if you don't win, maybe you'll want to buy one. I'm not getting any kickbacks or anything like that from them, so like don't think you're giving me any affiliate money. I just thought it was cool of them to offer it, so I figured I'd offer it to you guys, and they can get some free press for what it's worth. Small channel here, so like it's probably not worth much if we're being honest. It's probably not worth the T-shirt. But yeah, it was really cool of them to do that. So I thought I wanted to call it out and pass something on to you guys, and that is going to happen. It's going to be a smaller video. I'll probably do something like I'll title the video like saying there's a giveaway, and I'll just tell you guys like, hey, comment down below like your favorite part of the video and what type of T-shirt you want or something like that, and the winner gets a T-shirt. It's always cool to get free stuff, right, guys? All right, let's keep going. So this run is looking pretty damn good for me. If I'd actually upgraded to a level 5 amplifier, I would have gotten a Hoff there. That probably would have been a huge hit because it was a pretty big hit already. We were verging on a three-figure drop right there. Ooh, we got another 2. Let's drop again because if you get 2 claims, you're gonna drop again and see if you can get that third. What are we looking at here? Oh, 2 more claims, folks. I'm so glad I amped up today. If I did not amp up today, that would have been a disappointing choice. And we got something else. Oh my God, look at this area. This place is so hot. That's crazy. Should I drop for treasure too? Like, oh my God, I'm dropping for treasure. We're dropping for treasure too. We're going 60 PEDs into this. We're burning through the amp. We're doing everything right here, folks, because if an area is hot, and you just gotta go. And we didn't get anything because we went for treasure. All right, so maybe you shouldn't go for it if the area is hot. Let me see. I want to get like a nice little screenshot here. There we go. That's a good screenshot. Let me take this real quick, folks. I don't know if you're gonna see the screenshot thing pop up, but I'm gonna take it. I need a nice little cover photo for my video when I upload it to YouTube. Because so many times it happens, I'll like get a cover, I'll put something out, and I'm like, oh no, I don't have a cover shot for it. So I try and like enlarge it on Twitch, and it doesn't work. It's like I've got to download off Twitch if I want to get it. And usually what happens is I just log into Entropia Universe, take a generic screenshot by the teleporter, and go with that. But this time we're going to get some action going on here. And these are some good claims that we're pulling up. We're pulling up some 5 PD claims. And remember, we were only dropping about 4 PEDs a probe, and we've already hit 1 global. Some of these claims are like 5, 6, 7 PEDs, and we got some markup on there. This is some area that we've been given here, folks. This is like pure profit right here, pure profit. Except for that, like, 7 or 8 PED drop that I did of looking for treasure. I got too hyped. The hype got to me, and I went for it. And sometimes you don't want to get overhyped in Entropia Universe because that's how you end up spending a lot of money. I've done that before too. Like I'll hit a HOF and it'll be like 300 PEDs, and I'm like, all right, now we're gonna amp up and we're gonna spend like 1,000 PEDs, and we're gonna get awesome returns, and then I get nothing because I'm mining on Club Never Die, and you can lose big on Club Never Die, but of course once you've won once, you're like, well, the luck's on my side now, so I'm just gonna keep winning. But that's not how it works. That's not how statistics work, folks. If you guys are interested in, like, yeah, we all know it. We all know it, but it's like that's a statistic thing. Like if everybody's like, oh, like you're playing roulette, black comes up 5 times. You're like, what are the chances it comes up a sixth time? It's like, well, it's 49% or whatever it is, depending on how many green spots there are. But yeah, you guys get the point. Like no matter what, like if you hit something hot, like you can be in a hot area in Entropia Universe, and then it's worth amping up. But you can't say you're hot and then you're just going to hit claims wherever you go unless you have a way different idea of what the loot pool is than me. If you guys are interested too in what I think about the loot pool, how I think it works, always, always, always feel free to go to that video. You can just Google and find it. I have a video on YouTube where I just describe the loot pool and how I think it works and sort of give my input on it. And there's a lot of other people down in the comments there just discussing what they think too, which is sort of cool. So you get a few different opinions, and it actually is pretty good for sort of fleshing out some ideas and figuring out if they're good ideas or not as far as how loot is given. But yeah, I'm gonna say this is a profitable run right here because we are not even close to done, and we're doing quite well. We're doing quite well here, folks. This is like 100 PDs in zinc right here. Zinc doesn't have a great markup though, so keep that in mind. Like 101%. I'm gonna have to sell it on auction. Like I can't TT something when it's that, like when there's that much of it, I can't do it. I've got to crash the auction. I'm not actually trying to crash the auction. Just when you put something up, you drop the percentage because let's see how much zinc goes through the auction all the time. My mouse is being weird here. Sorry about that. So yeah, you can see like every day there's 420 PEDs. So if I drop 100 PEDs of zinc on the auction, that's 20% of the supply. So if you ever want to play out like economics on a small scale, Entropia Universe is great for that because you can really corner a market with not too much invested. If you want to play those scenarios out anywhere else, it's going to cost you big. I like how the light filters through that tree. Jeez, we just keep hitting. This is like nonstop, just around the clock hits. All right. I spoke. No, I didn't speak too soon. That was a good find. Sometimes too, it's tempting to just call it right here because it's like you're so far ahead. Why don't you just call it? But if I did, then I wouldn't be able to get my next ATH. You never call it. You always keep going. It's dangerous, but that's how you got to play it. Maybe Monday is just the day to be on. Let's see. Do I have any t-shirts? Because I'm in the desert in like long pants, long sleeves. That's not smart. Should we do it, folks? Look at that. Look at that. There we go. That's how you go through the desert. Nice tan body and your tidy white. Well, not tidy whiteys, but you guys get what I'm saying. Doesn't make sense to be running out in the desert in long sleeves and all that. I kid. Let's. I wasn't sure I liked that outfit actually, so I'm gonna switch back to the old serial overdrive outfit, which is this. That fits, right? He doesn't have those chicken legs either. Look at that. I made an avatar that's like he works out, but he works out the right way. He doesn't have those skinny legs. And those of you who are watching on Twitch, always feel free to say something because I'm going off the rails right now. We got some more gas. That's pretty cool. Gas has a nice markup, so that's always a good one to find. If you look at this, like zinc doesn't have a great markup. That was just a pure like TT profit hit right there. But on gas, let's check this out. I think I go west, right? Yeah. Gas, if you're checking it out right here, you got 90 of those bad boys. It comes in at 111% markup. It's going to be probably a little bit higher or lower when we refine it. That's pretty obvious, actually. Higher or lower. Wow. I just ran the gambit right there, and as long as it's not straight on percentage-wise, I'm right, probably. Or if there's a huge jump, I'm wrong, but there probably won't be. Anyways, though, what I was saying is, like, gas has a nice markup to it. So even here, I can take the losses for that, like, markup on the amplifier, and it's fine because the markup was like 104%. If half my loot is gas or something with a similar percent markup, I'm going to break even and actually make just a little bit of money. So that's it's a pretty good deal, I'd say. All right, so we're heading into the teleporter here. I'm probably going to drop some of this loot. I'm tempted to drop some of this loot off because it's starting to slow me down here. And here we have some mobs. I was told there were going to be no mobs out here, but we ran into some anyways. What level are these guys? 41. These are too high for me. I always check what level mobs are because sometimes it's good just to know. Like maybe you'll find a good spawn and you want to come back. Last thing you want to do is be running around trying to figure out where it is because you didn't note down the area. So I always try to note down that area that I'm at before I go around these mobs, especially now because I don't really have any ammo or anything like that, and they're way too high for me. Actually, I've got 38 PEDs of ammo because I converted all my shrapnel from my recent hunts. So I lied. I do have ammo. But you guys know what I'm saying. This isn't a hunting run. This is a mining run, purely. Speaking of which, we are not finding much loot out here. I'm thinking it might be time to just sort of go up a bit and then take a right and head back. Because it seemed like that area back there coming just away from that base was a lot better off than the other area. But this area has more gas. Man, that's a hard call, right? Like, do you go where the loot's good or do you go stay where the markup's good? Because the loot's not bad in either of these areas. It's like when everybody said this is a great area for mining, they were 100% right on. Also, we've gotten so much loot. We've done so good here. We're going to have to do some refining so that my character can actually run. So let's use this tool and let's start refining some stuff. This is going to be a heavy one. A little bit more zinc for the old-fashioned collection there. Oh, Vildalore, you're still sad about my hunt? Which one? Which one? I've had a few bad ones recently. Yesterday's hunt, were you watching that or like the one that was before? Someone in Twitch just said they're still sad about the hunt that I did. I think it's that I did, or are you talking about a hunt that you did? Oh, he's talking about both my hunts because I don't have that much. I don't have good luck hunting. Usually when I go out hunting, I lose money. Like no reason to be sad about that though, because I go into it expecting to lose money. I'm just like, oh, this will be cool. Like I'll make a video, I'll get to hunt a bit, I'll get some skills. So it's all good. Don't worry about it. Look at that. My skill points jumped up a bit. I was at like 50,100 skills, and with those hunts and some of the mining that I did, I managed to just bump it up quite a bit. Oh, he's saying the hunt from Arkadia Moon and the one that I did yesterday. Yeah, the Arkadia Moon one was brutal. Arkadia Moon was pretty brutal to me. That I want a Christmas card and an apology from Arkadia. Specifically, whoever is in charge of Arkadia Moon, because Arkadia is treating me pretty good here. And Easy Gaming just said he's had more luck on Arcadia than Calypso with the drops go, and honestly, I'm seeing it. Like this area I'm in right now, this is a hot area. Like just right between these two, like everybody said, right between these two teleporters, you got the Falcon dig site and the Hawk dig site. Hawk isn't doing too good, but Falcon was killing it for me, so I'm gonna head back in. We're getting some good luck. Or some good loot, I should say. I don't know if it's luck. According to Entropia Universe, it's not luck, because if it's luck, then it counts as gambling. Although they are doing loot boxes, which do, I don't know, people argue they don't count as gambling, and I'm not really going to, I just started the discussion, but I feel like loot boxes are gambling. So, yeah, I think Entropia is going to get burned by that no matter what. But hey, we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Got some high level mobs here too. I was told there are no mobs in this area, and there's definitely some mobs. Let's see. And Mork from Orc, yes. Do I have any moon deeds? No, I didn't buy any moon deeds. I don't deposit, and because they don't accept PEDs for moon deeds, which is weird because I thought Entropia Universe accepted PEDs. I guess they don't use PEDs anymore. So I didn't get any moon deeds because of that. I am going to end up converting my compact deeds to moon deeds, though. So that I will have moon deeds. And you're asking what the payout is. I think the payout's like one PEC or something. Like Vildalore said, it's the same as Arkadia Underground deeds. Although if I was going to pick one, I'd say go with the Arkadia Underground deeds because Arkadia Underground deeds are sort of already set. With the Moon deeds, you're seeing an initial bump up right now because people are going there to check it out. So unless they do something like cool to it, unless there's some reason for people to start going back to the moon, you're going to see that payout just keep dropping. And those deeds are going to lose value over time. Also, with compets coming, you're going to get a lot of people that get deeds because of compets. So you can trade in your compet deeds now for Arkadia moon deeds. So I think a lot of people are going to do that, and then maybe they're going to dump their moon deeds when they can in the auction. So if you're interested in buying them, I definitely say hold off for now and pick them up in probably a few weeks or maybe a month or two for hopefully a reduced price. Otherwise, I'm wrong. And yeah, the rate that Orc's giving is right. It's 5 deeds for 5 combat deeds for 2 Arcadia moon deeds, which again, it's not a horrible deal because at this point we know combat failed, and I wouldn't be too upset if Calypso just said or if Mindark just said, hey, you invested in a bad product, we're killing it, and your money's gone. But if they do something like that, they might run into issues with stock trading and stuff, right? Like, can a company, because they're in essence, they're letting people invest in a company or a product, which would be Compats. And if someone really did get upset with them because maybe they have a lot of money in Compat deeds and it didn't work out, they might be able to put a case they might be able to bring a case against them in the US. It's based on the fact that you cannot invest in startups or anything like that. You can't invest outside of the stock market unless you're worth $1 million or more. You've got to be an accredited investor, and to do that, you've got to be worth $1 million or more, not counting your primary home. So Mindark might be they could run into that scenario. They still could, because I don't know where that would fall, to be honest. If not Intel, but if Bitcoin, the startup, decided to create a virtual reality area where you could buy Bitcoins, and then you could use those Bitcoins to invest in the company. Are you just going around the market and going around the rules, and are you risking some people's money? I don't know. And yeah, they're saying in chat too, it's true. I have nothing against Mindark. I'm very glad they're giving you something back for combat deeds. So don't think I'm complaining, because I'm not complaining at all. It's a fair deal on their part. It really is. Um, but yeah, like you said, Mork, there's a lot of people who are afraid to invest in moon deeds because of how compact goes. But that's how this is. Entropia tends to do that. They tend to do very good for initial investors, and then sort of the second, third, fourth round, you just see the payouts dropping. If you were someone like me, you invested in Calypso Landings right when they came out, you pretty much doubled your money already. If you invested in Arcadia Underground deeds when they came out, those were the second set of deeds, you probably, you're up 50%. And if you invest in combat deeds, you're down. So, how's the moon going to go? Is it going to buck tradition and do better? Because tradition says that the moon's going to be actually worse than combat deeds, which I don't think could happen, to be honest with you guys. I don't think that's going to happen. My guess is moon deeds are probably going to come in third. It's going to be like Calypso, Arcadia, moon deeds as far as the order you want to own them in. But it all depends on the price, too. If the moon deeds are coming in at a good price, you get a good payout. The percent return is higher than the percent return for every other deed. You buy moon deeds. That's how it goes. And yeah, that's exactly what you're saying. Like investing is investing. You win some money, you lose some money. It's a guessing game. It's like poker, right? When you play poker, you don't know 100% what's going to win or lose. You just try and get those odds in your favor and then put enough money, enough time in that over time you're making a profit. If you want to be a professional poker player, that is. If you're like me, you just go all in, scream YOLO, and get kicked out of Vegas. No, I actually haven't been kicked out of Vegas, but I have had some people get really upset with me when I play poker. It turns out you're not supposed to just put your money in without looking at your cards. Because then nobody can play anybody, right? They can't play me because I don't know what I have. People get really upset when you do that. Don't do that. But if you do that, record the reactions. Actually, you can't record in casinos, so don't do that either. But yeah, I do that, and then I'll get people very upset when I'm playing blackjack. If you ever watch someone put down a lot of money, or someone, all right, if someone's being an asshole to me, or like they just seem like a dick. Like there's people that just like you're playing blackjack next to someone, you might be there for like an hour, and usually I go low. I'm not putting a lot of money in. I'm doing $5, maybe $10 a hand, making some money, losing some money. Most of the time in blackjack, I lose maybe like at a rate of like $10 to $20 an hour. Not too bad. Every now and then though, there'll be some guy who just like ticks me off in the wrong way. Like maybe he'll say something, make a comment like, "Oh, look at you, you're a little too young. You sure you know how to play?" And then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know how to play, whatever." So you play it like just normal, and then you wait for him to just put in a huge amount of money because some of these people are so superstitious that like he'll put in a huge amount of money. I've got my low like $5 bid there, and he gets like a 17, and he's very anxious, right? And everybody's doing like they're playing the way they want to play. And if I've got like a 17 2 or an 18, just hit that. People will flip shit when they lose. I had one guy like he literally just like security had to come over because he was just he was irate. But he was an asshole before, so like he deserved it, in my opinion. Yeah, I guess that's like trolling in real life in a way. But I don't know. The casinos are fun, but some people are just they don't understand statistics, right? Like no matter what card I get, there's still a pretty equal chance that you're either going to get or won't get the card that you want. That's just how it works. If it was that easy to throw the game, like people do it all the time, but some people just really believe in luck and they really believe in like predefined destinations for certain cards, and if you mess with that, they get upset because for some reason whatever I do isn't predefined. I don't know. Oh, okay. So Easy Gaming is asking. So we're getting off the topic of just boring gambling talk. So he's asking, do you follow the perception skill for Hoss? So what he's asking basically is perception is something that you get, and I think a lot of people think like if you have more perception or if you get a perception hit, there's probably a Hoff nearby. So I can tell you where this came from because that it definitely used to be the case where if you got perception you'd be getting like there'd be some good loot coming your way. So it used to be when I first started playing, you'd watch your skill gains, and if you got a perception skill gain, you knew that somewhere in that area, probably within like 3 to 4 probes, just sort of going in a circle around where you just mined, you would get a big claim. Not a huge claim, not a Hoff or anything like that, but you get something like I don't know, maybe like a 20, 30, 40 PED hit. So what a lot of miners used to do is if they got a perception hit, they'd start dropping on like insane amps and everything like that because they knew there was something big there. And if they could get those amps on, they'd get that Hoff. So yeah, I think what happened was too many people knew that because usually by the time I know something about it, like it's too late. So yeah, I don't think perception's a thing anymore. Like Vul saying, like he thinks Loot 2.0 changed it. To be honest, I think it happened before Loot 2.0, but I could be wrong. But yeah, like perception used to be a thing. I don't think it's a thing anymore. Or I don't think it's as accurate as it used to be anymore because a lot of people are probably making too much money doing that. But yeah, I can definitely tell you the perception myth is because it used to be a real thing, and now it's debatable. It's very debatable. Most people tell you it doesn't work that way anymore, but you never know, right? It could be a thing, it could not be a thing, and it doesn't hurt to skill up because I think it does play into a lot of other skills. So like, there's no reason not to. Well, what I'm saying is, do not ship out your perception. I wouldn't sell it on the auction or anything like that, but at the same time, I wouldn't invest in more of it, thinking you're going to get some insane claim because you've got better perception. But that's just me. Okay, so Easy Gaming is saying that when he gets a perception game, he either gets a Hoff or one of those skill boosts that lasts for 5 to 10 minutes. I haven't found that to be true, but hey, if it works for you, it works for you, right? Like, if most of the time when you drop, like, you're getting a Hoff on perception, just keep doing it because something's working there, right? Like, I don't know what, maybe it's linked to avatars or something like that. It's just, in my experience, I haven't seen that happen to me. But that doesn't mean that it's not a thing, because there's a lot of stuff that I don't know about there, as far as especially when it comes to loot. There's nobody out there who knows the exact formula. Well, there's nobody out there who plays Entropia Universe that knows the exact formula. There's probably a few programmers and stuff that do know it, but they can't play Entropia Universe because they could really probably take advantage of things. That said, though, there has to be an element of skill to the game. There has to be some element that you can figure out, like a system, make it work for you and start making profit, because otherwise the game becomes just pure gambling. So there's definitely hints, there's definitely things that you can use to your advantage to make profit. So, perception might be one of those. And it might be something like, maybe perception only works at a certain time or something like that. Maybe you're just logging in at the right time. That's a thing, maybe. I don't know. Just throwing that idea out there. There's nobody that thinks that it's a time and perception thing, but I figured I'd just throw that out as like a weird idea. Like, it could be that. Oh, and yeah, like you're saying with hunting, I don't think it plays into it at all. If you're getting skill boosts easy gaming from like finding perception, that's great. I haven't paid too much attention to it. I don't get skill boosts that often though. And I know I get perception way more than I get skill boost. So it definitely doesn't play out for me. But again, if it works for you, it works for you. There's no reason not to do it. Like, and the other thing too is, if you get that perception hit, like, there's nothing you can do, right? If you get the perception hit, you just keep playing through it. So like, yeah, it doesn't matter either way. In mining, it matters a bit more because then you know to sort of stick around that area and look. If you're following the old theory, that's why it used to matter more in the old theory. Now I don't think it matters either. It's just another skill you can get that helps your profession levels go up. So that's a use. Any other questions you guys have? Because I mean, the questions are good. I really do enjoy them because that gives me something to talk about. And if I don't have anything to talk about, it just gets boring for everybody involved. Well, I can talk about the casino some more, but I don't think anyone wants to hear that. All right, let's keep dropping though, because I think we're gonna find. Hopefully, we're gonna find some good stuff. How are we doing as far as decay and everything goes here? So probe wise, how many do we have left? With 34 PDs and probes left. Okay. So we're getting closer to the end of this run, especially because we've dropped probably, what, 70 PDs so far? That's not bad. Oh, what level am I mining? I'm like 16 and 15 profession wise. I'm not like a huge high level miner, that's for sure. So let's pull this out here. Oops, what am I doing? There we go. So I'm level 15, level 14. So I lied. I'm one level below what I thought I was. Yeah, I'm not a high level miner. Like, if you look, there's a lot of people that are way higher skilled than I am. Part of that's because I never really amped up a ton, and the other part of it is because I just don't play as much as some of these other people. Oh, and yeah, I know it's a little bit higher than some of your mining skills, but like, there's some way better miners out there. If you're looking for like the highest skilled players, you're not looking for serial overdrive. All right, let's keep running here. I'm just gonna keep doing like sort of a zigzag pattern, and I don't want to go too far north because I don't want to go over where I've already mined. That's like the biggest no-no. You do not want to mine where you've mined already, because you're definitely not going to get any loot from that. I did a video too where I experimented. I just took like 25 PDs and dropped them in the same area. Like literally stood in a place, hit the button, and just let it go. And I did not find any more claims after the first like 5 probes. Sometimes you get an extra claim or something because maybe like that second drop missed it and the third drop finds it. So like if you get two claims, you drop once, you don't find anything, then you drop again and you find something. It's just that second set of probes missed it. But probably after like 5 probes dropped, unless you're constantly finding claims, you're not going to find anything else. Oh, and easy gaming is saying like there are some people with huge like 90 level 90 and stuff like that. Most of the people who are level 90, they got their skills before the game had an exponential curve on the skill gains. So what it used to be is your first skill was as easy to gain as your last skill. So most players were headed towards level 100. It was pretty easy to level up to level 100 in maybe like, half a year or something like that. When I came in, it was right when they put that exponential curve on skills. If I'd come probably 6 months earlier, I'd be level 100 in at least a few different things. Just to give you an idea. That's why it works a lot of the time. And you're right, some people can chip into it, but even if you chip in, you're spending such an insane amount of money. It's just crazy. So most people, what they're doing is they're not chipping in. It's just their avatars are so old that they've got it by default. There are some people who just spend a lot of money and they can get it that way too. Because like if you just spend a lot and you really run the skills, you can naturally get to probably level like 80 or 90 or something like that pretty easy. But a lot of the people you see who are Ubers who have like 900,000 skills, they probably got like 600 to 700,000 of those like when the game was still in alpha. That's one thing Entropia did that was actually very cool. If you invested in the game when it was alpha, if you played the game when it was in alpha, like when it first came out, some of the stuff you got is just like unbeatable. You just have such amazing gear and you have like amazing skills. And the more you played the game when it first came out, the better your skills and everything like that are. I've always been trying to find a game like that again because it would be awesome to be one of those early adopters. It just makes a ton of money, but I haven't managed to do it. It's the same as like if you're an early like web developer or something like that. Maybe you have a domain that's worth more than your house. And some of the older players, what they'll do is they some of the older players did do that. They sold their skills. They'll just sell them for pretty insane amounts, and they can ship out pretty low. Like they can ship from level like 100 to level 99, and they'll get a ton of skills and make a ton of money. So for some of these guys that held the skills, that's how they pay to play in a way. And some of them use that to make Entropia Universe into an actual like real life job sort of thing for them because when you have that many skills, you can just ship out a ton of them, buy some land areas, buy a lot of clips of land deeds or something like that, and then you're just making money off the game itself, just off the game running. So then you're more of an investor than you are a player. Even if you're still playing, you're more of an investor because that's where most of your money is at. In fact, I'd say my avatar, even though I do play a good deal, it's more of an investor's avatar than a player's avatar. I play a lot, but most of the reason that I am like what I am in Entropia Universe is because most of my money and most of my time was put into just making this like passive income that I can just keep using to play. So yeah, nothing against investors. Nothing against investors. Oh, and yeah, what you're saying, easy game. Yeah, you can Entropia. So Entropia Universe, the way it works is 1 PED equals 10 US cents. So what a lot of people can do is they can cash out if you get like 1,000 PDs, like you're saying, you can cash that out for real money, and it'll go like right into your bank account. It probably takes let's keep dropping. It takes like 6 months or something like that, but the money you get is going to go right to your bank account in like 6 months. So the PEDs are actually worth something. Like you're looking at a real world value when you're looking at your PED card. The value is not as high as like what you're making in Entropia Universe is never going to be the same as what you make doing a minimum wage job in a first world country. But at the same time, it's very cool that you can get your money back for grinding. There's very few games where you can grind and at the end of it cash out for like thousands of dollars. But there's very few games where you can dump thousands of dollars into a game and have nothing to show for it. It's a catch 22 of Entropia Universe. But that's why I love the game, because there's real cash, so everything has a value to it. Items are rare to find. It's more of a challenge. It's not like World of Warcraft or something, which great game. But the thing is, a lot of it's just about putting in your time. If you put in enough time, you're going to eventually get a lot of these good items. There's a few that are actually rare and worth it, but most of the time it's just about putting in your time, getting those skill levels and everything like that. In Trophy Universe, even if you put in a ton of time, you can still lose. Like, you could put in every day of your life into Entropia Universe, and you could still come out behind if you don't know what you're doing. Which is also why it's good for me to make like how-to videos and stuff like that, because people want to know what they're doing so they don't lose money. So it works out for me. All right, we're gonna have to refine here. Just my character's getting too slow. What? I can't refine these? That's weird. Okay. Oh, maybe I already refined his. Okay. See, I don't know what these, like the new ones, I don't know what they look like. So I'm just like, all right, is this refinable, isn't it? Just trying to lose some weight here. Ooh, all right, that's where we're. I didn't realize we had 200 zinc stones over there. I keep getting zinc. But hey, I won't complain. If I'm getting, if I'm making money from this run, I won't complain. And I think I am. I think this is going to be a pretty good run. 131 PEDs right there that we're looking at. I need 219 to break even, so I think we'll make it. And yeah, that like early that early global was a huge lifesaver. If I hadn't gotten that, I probably would not be in the profit right now. I'd be close, but I don't think I'd be there. All right, let's pull this up. You guys can see too, this is a pretty hot area. I definitely recommend you guys come out here and try it out if you're into mining at all and you have like an F105 where you can mine deep. Because I think this area, the key is to be going deep. Oh, and easy gaming. So to get the markup, what I do is, I do sell them on auction. Usually I'll just price them like with a buyout just a slight tad below the actual like markup that's listed on auction. And that's how I'll get the value. That's how I'll get like the money back. But one thing you got to remember too is do not put small amounts of an ore on auction, because you're going to lose money just because of that fee, the auction fee that you're paying. So always make sure it's a worthwhile amount. And usually I like to do stacks of 50 PEDs or more unless it's a high markup ore. Oopsies, I did not mean to drop like that. So let's take an example like zinc, right? If you look at this, it's 101%. Oh, that worked out. So I dropped and I got something cool. You can also see I got perception. But zinc is worth like very little, right? So I probably would not be putting zinc up on the market unless it was, unless I had a lot of it, because otherwise that one P, otherwise you're going to make 50 PECs on it and you're going to spend 60 to list it. It doesn't make sense. Something like gas where it's got like a 111% markup or something nice like that, that makes sense to list at smaller amounts because you can get maybe like 2 or 3 PEDs for a listing, and Mindark is only taking just a little bit of it. All right, my mining amp is done with, so that's the end of that. But we're gonna just run it in and keep dropping some probes here. I'm feeling lucky. Let's go treasure. How far do we have? Yeah, let's go treasure hunting. Let's just drop some treasure here. We're dropping for treasure. We're gonna see if we get anything. I am just wasting money at this point, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Hey Bam Bam, how's it going? Also, you asked if I'd TT it. I would not TT any. Well, no, I TT something if it has usually below 101 or 102% markup, depending on how much of it I have. So hopefully that answers your question. And it also depends on how badly you need money. If you look at my PED card right now, there's 479 PEDs just sitting there. So I don't need money that badly. So I'm more willing to hold on to stuff than I would be if I only had, 10 PEDs on the card. Because then if I wanted to play, I'd have to just wait it out until I could get whatever. I could get whatever amount I need. Ooh, there we go. I was looking for the probe. I'm like, that thing's hidden. Sneaky. All right, so this is actually treasure. You can see how this claims like a different color. It's red, and that means it's treasure. Also worth noting that treasure ends up here in your I don't know what they call this. your materials container rather than your orders. But a lot of it doesn't have high markups. Let's check this out. Yeah, see, like 113%, that's nice, but you can see it's not really found much. So judging by that, I don't know if I'd say treasure is worth it, but yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, like Field the Lord did bring up a good point on chat. If you just see a dip, right? Like if you look at an ore or an end matter, and you see like the price just dipped for a little bit, then it's worth hanging on to and not TT. So like if you see list or something usually sells for 200 PED or no, not 200 PEDs. List usually sells for like 106% markup, let's say. But maybe for the past day or two, it's been at 101. Then it's good to just hang on to it if you can and put it up, when the price goes back up. But I wouldn't waste too much time just hanging on to ores and end matter because you're going to lock up a lot of PEDs and just like stuff that's sitting there. So you're sort of losing money in a way. It could be money that you're doing something else with. Also, if you forget about it, maybe that stuff just sits there and the markup actually goes lower. So you could have done better just selling it right away. Entropia Universe is not one of those games that rewards you for holding items. They might, but they don't necessarily. Because that's one of the things that's very frustrating for people. A lot of people think like if they just hold something, they should be able to get more money for it, and that doesn't always work with Entropia Universe. There's a lot of people out there who bought very expensive unlimited guns. Unlimited meaning like they're unlimited, so there's no like they don't decay. You can repair them, right? So there's a lot of people that bought these unlimited guns that were just insane. They get you a huge return because their efficiency was higher than anything else in the game. Well, of course, Mindark went and released something more efficient, and even though there's a markup on those L efficient guns, those limited efficient guns, it's still less than what you actually have to pay, and less than like the decay and everything like that when you consider damage per piece. Yeah, the damage per PEC is in such a way that even with that markup, it does better than the unlimited guns. So that makes these guns pretty much useless. So there's a lot of people that lost a lot of money in that. So I'd watch yourself when it comes to that stuff. Ooh, we got a skill boost right as I'm about to leave. So 45%, that's tough to walk away from, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to walk away from the skill boost. Yeah, I'm going to walk away from it. Oh, Bam Bam, congrats on the global, man. It's always exciting to get like your first one, right? Because that's like, oh, look at this. Like, you did a thing. That's awesome, though, man. I'm glad to hear that you got a global. How much was it? Was it a big one, or was it like just like barely touching that 50 PED mark? It's always exciting, though. I always love getting them, especially like today I got one. So that was a pretty good one. Especially when you get them like during a run that's either you're like losing money or you get it right off the bat. If you get in the middle, it's cool, but like if you get it right off the bat, it means hey, this run is going to be a good one. And if you get it at the very end, you're like, hey, this run was just saved. Look at this thing. It's the Tyran. No, what is not Tyran? What is this? Triceratops? Is that the name of this? I don't know. Of course, they called it something else, didn't they? They're just ripping off God over here. Yeah, look at that. They called it like Commodon or something like that. They're completely ripping God off because he had this idea like 2 million years ago. He put these planets on this earth, or these planets. He put those animals on the earth, and now Mindark is going through and just stealing from them. Oh, come on. The second I accidentally drop a probe, it just decides that that's when it's going to give me loot. Triceratops. I don't know if that sounds right or wrong, but I don't know enough about that. I used to know dinosaurs like forwards and backwards when I was 5, but I'm older now, and I don't know dinosaurs anymore. Which is sad. I wish I did. All right, anyways, guys, here's where we're at. We're at the end of this run, so you know what we're doing. We're totaling it up. So, in total, we spent 219 PEDs, plus a little bit of decay, but we never count the decay. How much do you think we're going to get returned? Let's just do this piece by piece here, just to make that anticipation killer, right? 41 PEDs right there with that gas. This is also a higher markup stuff. Like, look at that, 114% markup. And we've got a good amount of it, too, 33 PEDs worth. So we're already looking an extra like 3 to 4 PEDs in that. We've got some mist here, right? This used to have a good markup. I think it doesn't anymore. All right, so we're just going to ignore that. throw that in. I haven't refined it. We've got some acid root. We got one little thing of zinc that was unrefined. This we got a bit of. What is this? What is this? Ooh, frankite stone. That's at 220%. So this, I doubled my money here. That's an extra 5 PEDs. So we got about 8 PEDs in markup already here. So that's sort of cool. We're just going to keep a running total of that so we know where we're at. Star particles aren't worth anything. The growth molecule isn't worth anything. What do we have here? Ketonite stone? We got a lot of that. Let's check the markup because then, no, it's not worth anything really. We got some more gas, so that's going to be something. Just a little bit extra to it. We're not gonna bother adding that up. Oh, and Phil, you were just joking about the dinosaur thing. I had no idea. You could have fooled me. It made sense. Okay, that's 50. Yeah, these things are selling about 50%. So here we got another 2 PEDs or 10 PEDs markup. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, let's just hurry through this. I think these things have a bit of markup on them too, right? Yeah, 25% here. And how much do we have? How much do we have? 6 PEDs. So we got, what was that? Like 1.5, let's say 1 PED. So we got 11 PEDs of markup right now. This one was a bit bigger. What is this? There's no markup there. All right, what do we have here? And last but not least, I saved the most interesting one for last. This is with the zinc. We're going to be hitting a profit. Let's see where we're at. 270 PEDs, folks. I spent 220 PEDs. I'm walking away with 270 worth of loot, plus another 10 PEDs on that markup, which means we made a grand total of like 60 PEDs on this run. That was a good run. That was a damn good run, folks. And if you're wondering, because I don't leave you hanging at all, this is the area. We're zooming all the way in. You guys can see it. And if we hit that P button, let's check those chords. There's the chords. Anyways, guys, I hope you appreciate this run. I really appreciate the fact that you guys joined me, talked in chat, and we just had a good time, folks. Because that's how I want to spend my Monday night. I want to spend my Monday night just hanging out, having a good time, playing some Entropia Universe. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys liked it. All you guys watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. And also, those of you guys in Twitch, I'm about to push yesterday's mining run onto YouTube for tonight. So if you can, if you've seen it, awesome. But maybe you could still drop me a like because that would be cool. And if you haven't seen it, maybe check it out if you like these long form videos. Anyways, again, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace.